for that backlog review coming out from me, the Video Game Bard, here in the future. With that in mind, we're going to be looking at the news in gaming this week. Because my oh my, this industry has a lot of things going on every single week, and we don't want to miss any of it. I will say, some of the stuff I'm going to choose might not necessarily be the biggest and the best to everybody, but it's the biggest and the best to me, okay? This news is what I think is the most important that has come from this last week, and going into next week, I'll be able to break down some other stuff. Now, this last week, we actually had a bit of a quieter news week, and some of the things that have happened while I've been away, in fact, have been big and bombastic, and I'm not going to break down everything because it's been a couple of weeks. So there's been a lot of stuff. So I'm going to only sections off the last few days, or the last several days anyway, and really focus on the news stories that are semi-recent. That way, things are concurrent, and going forward, I can stay on top of it and really hit the big topics a little more clearly. But as of right now, let's look at number 1 on our Bard's Breakdown. Sony achieves the Guinness World Record on its 25th anniversary. This story from Twinfinite. Giuseppe Nalva written. Today, Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan and Asia hosted the 2019 ceremony of the PlayStation Awards at the traditional Grand Prince Hotel New Tanakawa venue in Tokyo. At the beginning of the ceremony, President and CEO Jim Ryan stepped on stage to receive a special award. PlayStation was declared Guinness World Record holder as the best-selling video game console brand worldwide. According to Guinness, PS4, PS3, PS2, and PS1 sold 450,190,000 units combined as of November 7th, 2019. Just yesterday, Jim Ryan himself sent a celebratory message to underline today's 25th anniversary of the release of the original PlayStation. If you'd like to learn more about the performance of the PlayStation vendors, you can check out the latest news directly from Sony, which we will in just a moment. So this is quite a feat, and the fact that Sony is at the top of the gaming world is at first not a surprise. But on the other hand, when you look down and break down the reality of just looking back on their history, they had no idea exactly what industry they were getting into when they first got into it, but they did it in such a smart way. They were almost immediately able to take away a chunk of the market share from competitors Sega and Nintendo. And they did end up filling sort of a gap that Sega had created for itself. But the fact that they started out at such a young age and have achieved so much in that short span is quite impressive. So let's look at this blog post, in fact, from Jim Ryan, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. And he wrote this just the other day in the celebration of this anniversary. On December 3rd, 1994, 25 years ago this week, the first PlayStation made its global debut in Japan. Starting from a humble beginning as an upstart within Sony, Ken Kutaragi and team delivered on a vision to elevate video games as a form of entertainment that everyone could enjoy, and to make a platform for game developers to express their creativity. The original PlayStation sold 100,000 units in Japan on its first day, and went on to become the first ever home console to surpass 100 million units sold globally. We struck a chord with the gaming community because PlayStation offered experiences beyond what anyone could ever imagine was possible with a home console. From the very start, we opened our arms to developers, providing them with the tools and technology to create beautiful, expansive worlds, and to experiment with new ideas. That approach led to the diversity of games PlayStation is known for, a true hallmark for our brand across multiple generations of hardware platforms. Over the past 25 years, PlayStation has stood at the forefront of gaming, and I'm honored to have been a part of the team since the early days. As I was helping set up the business in Europe, I remembered having a start from scratch with many things, from hiring employees to ordering furniture. Back then, we focused on catering to local markets to ensure that a gamer in Poland would feel a part of the broader PlayStation community just as much as someone in the UK or Japan or the US. Support by passionate fans all around the world, our business has grown significantly, and our focus on community is more important than ever. It's truly humbling to see fans who grew up on PlayStation passing down their love of gaming to their children who are now playing on PS4. On behalf of all of us at PlayStation, thank you for taking this journey with us. We can't wait to celebrate what comes next with you. Aww. But seriously, congratulations to PlayStation and their 25th anniversary. Good on them for making that type of mark, not only on the industry, but culture at large. And it's reverberated constantly throughout the industry. And they're still at the top today.